Chapter 29, The Secret Lover of the Crown Prince of the Underworld 03. Diana followed Adam downstairs, and then met the leader of the Blood Wolf organization in the dining hall, who was also Adam's father Ethan Stephen. He sat in the front seat, holding a newspaper in his hand and flipping through it. Although this was an ordinary action, Diana could feel the powerful aura emanating from him. Adam seemed to be a little afraid of him, and sat to the side without making a sound, eating his breakfast. Diana nodded to Ethan, then retreated. Just as she reached the corner, she heard him say, "Your fifth uncle is coming back. He has a bad temper. Be careful not to provoke him." Her footsteps stopped for a moment, then she seemed to have nothing to do and avoided it. In this kind of place like Stephen's, eavesdropping would not have a good ending. Moreover, even if she wanted to know something, there was a cheat code 2333. As an AI, it could infiltrate this world's database. Wanting to look up something was as easy as turning over one's hand, it only required a few points. Moreover, just that sentence just now had made her refine quite a bit of valuable information. The so-called fifth uncle of Adam was probably the legendary Finn Stephen. He was Ethan's half-brother, and had always been developing abroad. His methods were ruthless, gradually developing the Blood Wolf organization to the world, and his status was actually a bit higher than Ethan's. In the original plot, he was just a background character, and from beginning to end, he never returned to his country. Even in the final rebellion, he only sent some help to his nephew. Investigate the reason why Finn returned home. Diana frowned slightly. 2333 said, as an outsider, the moment she entered this world, she would cause some disturbances to the main plot of this world. And the plot would likely deviate from its original trajectory and move in a different direction. Originally, Finn shouldn't have returned home. If he were to come back and help Adam control the organization, her mission would become even more difficult. Host, I can't investigate the specific reason. I only know that his assistant helped him contact the pilot of the private plane, and he would return 3 days later. 2333 said. This looks like he suddenly had that intention. She let out a soft sigh, just hoping he wouldn't bring her too much trouble. Adam is used to showing off. He drove out the door in a limited edition supercar. Diana sat in the passenger seat, watching the female lead being hit by a sports car and then falling to the side with the electric motorcycle, feeling a little helpless in her heart. This kind of plot was too ridiculous. Although she was endlessly cursing in her heart, she still got out of the car under the signal from Adam's eyes. "Miss, I'm sorry, are you okay?" She bent down to help Linda up, and apologized. Linda covered her scratched knee from the fall and said angrily, "Can't you pay attention when driving? How did you hit someone like that?" She just raised her head and saw a beautiful, flawless face, and her face immediately turned a little red. "Sorry, we are rushing for time, so the car speed is a bit faster." Diana's tone was indifferent, carrying a hint of coldness, but it made Linda's face even redder. "No, it doesn't matter, be careful in the future." Linda swallowed her saliva and said in a low voice, "Ding, female lead favorability level 65. Host flirts with girls without saying a word, what to do? Online waiting, urgent." 2333 looked at the female lead's flustered appearance from the side, somewhat speechless. 7, still hasn't been resolved? In any case, the person isn't dead, isn't giving some money enough to be done? Adam waited until he was a bit impatient, opened the car door and stuck his head out and coldly said. Chapter 30, The Secret Lover of the Crown Prince of the Underworld 04. Linda heard this and found it hard to believe, and looked towards Adam. Seeing his extremely handsome face, she was stunned, and said, "How could you be like this? It was obvious that the car was too fast and hit me." Not apologizing, but still having this kind of attitude. Adam laughed mockingly. "Isn't it asking for money?" He got off the car and walked towards Linda, looking her up and down. "The injury isn't that serious. How much money do you want?" "You." Linda was extremely angry, glaring at him with anger. "If you have money, you're awesome. I don't crave your dirty money." Then she lifted her electric scooter and rode away. Adam frowned a little unhappy, said in a low voice, "Can't understand." Then he called Diana, "What are you looking at? Let's go." Okay, young master. Diana nodded and got in the car, couldn't help but say that the male and female protagonists first met. It was a little embarrassing. Z University is a famous university. Today is the opening ceremony, so the school gate is full of students coming in and out. When Adam's sports car stopped at the school gate, it immediately caused a crowd of onlookers. Wow, this is this year's new F50 supercar. There are only 10 in the world. Who is the young master sitting here? Could it be our school student? Hopefully it's a tall, rich, and handsome AAAA. People who show off their wealth go to hell. How come there are so many people? Adam looked at the increasingly dense crowd outside, his expression darkened. Today is the opening day, there are originally many people. Diana explained, there is an underground garage on the other side of the west gate. Why don't we park there? It just so happens that it's close to the principal's office. He pondered for 2 seconds, said and then turned around beautifully, driving the car towards the west. What's going on? Linda rode her electric scooter to the school gate and saw a crowd of people watching, so she stopped and pulled a female student back. Just now, a super cool sports car stopped here. I don't know if it's a student from our school. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anyone. The female student's eyes were shining with excitement, and she kept chattering nonstop. Linda heard the word supercar and immediately snorted softly, still thinking about the matter just now. Ah, you are Linda, what's wrong with you? Your knee is injured. Do you want me to accompany you to the infirmary? That female student finished speaking and then noticed who was pulling her, the beauty of Z University, a famous figure. Linda politely smiled at her. I just accidentally fell down. I will go to the infirmary myself later, thank you. But she didn't think that in the infirmary she would meet that rude and hateful person. Adam also didn't think that in Z University he would actually be attacked. The other party took advantage of Diana going to the toilet to rush out. Although there were only 2 of them, he could see that they had undergone brutal training. Almost every move carried killing intent. When Diana returned, he was already wounded by a knife. However, this body of Diana was good at martial arts, and with the 2333 supplementary energy drug, it was easy to beat the person away. Young master, how are you? She looked anxiously as she supported him. It's nothing, I was careless. His expression was a little unsightly. Inform them, find out who sent them today. She nodded, looked at the wound on his arm that was still bleeding, and said, I'll help you stop the bleeding first, then go to the infirmary to bandage it. He hummed, watching her skillfully tear a circle of cloth from the hem of her clothes, then carefully bandaged him. Her expression was extremely focused, slightly lowering her head, her eyelashes were thick and dense, like a piece of feather, gently blinking. It's wrapped up well, let's go to the infirmary. She raised her head and showed him a faint smile. He suddenly felt that she was really different from before, like, much more beautiful. Ding, male lead favorability level 50.